I had really like 4 pages, but I broke it down to 1 page. So, anyway. My wife and I have lived in an apartment building for 8 years, along with 37 households. My wife works with the Portland Area Indian Health Board, downtown Portland, and I do handyman work. So I kind of know what's going on with our apartment based on that kind of stuff. We have other issues in our apartment that I can address, at a later date or whatnot, but we do have issues in our apartment. Recently, every single one of us got a no-cause eviction with no explanation. Just get out. We have to be out by the end of October, which is going to be Halloween. Okay. When the school bus pulls up at our place, it's full. Okay. There'll be 3 people in the bus after Halloween. Okay. If that gives you a visual. So this is the people we're working with right now, trying to fix this problem. Look at obvious stuff like that. Our lives were completely disrupted by this, and everybody's in shock. You get in a car wreck, you kind of hold your neck and do weird things, or I can't do that. Everybody's having a hard time eating, having a hard time sleeping, and it's not like something you make up. If you have to go through this, or your kids go through this, they'll tell you, and you talk to them, and then you know exactly what's going on. So anyways, we live, every single one of us got no cause of eviction. We happen to be out at the end of October. Our lives are completely disrupted by this, and we're all in shock. And apparently this building was sold and being evicted, so new landlords can raise the rent from $600 to $1,300. And so I know people say $600 is pretty low and all that stuff, but I actually wasn't checking with anybody. If you have to pay $2,000 next month, you're gonna have to pay, your rent, basically $5,000, if that makes any more sense to you. So it's really the visual in my mind, doubling the rent plus 100 to me is how I look at it. None of us can afford this drastic increase. Even if I could afford it, we were being told we cannot reapply at this moment. So my credit is easy enough to apply to get into a place that's not worth what they think it's worth. Right now, no maintenance being done. And it's online, so everybody can look that information up. We are experiencing extreme stress with this zone. Most of us have not found a place yet. 11 people right now, and including the old owner, moved out of 37 people. So I don't know if that gives you a visualization. Every 2 months, or every month, we lose about 5 people. So the math doesn't add up for 3 months, so that's there. Many of us can't afford the cost of living, moving and whatnot. It'll cost $3,500 or something like that for everyone to move, individually, first class, and all that kind of stuff. And that's pretty obvious stuff. I think everybody knows that if you're actually moving around, we've got people who've lived there for 10 years. I've lived there for 8. We've got someone who's lived there for 30 years. He's got 5 family members that live in other apartment complexes. So when they leave, they will bring, everybody with. So, but basically, that's my story. It goes on and on and on and on. I don't want to keep talking about it, but just a few aspects of how this has impacted us. There are many young kids in the building. Where are they going to school now? The burden of trying to find a new place to live and hurry. It's made people skip health appointments and things like that. They do have people have doctors issues, mold issues, dust issues, cleaning, gutters, the whole thing. So it's so obvious from online. If you looked it up, you would see it. The place is called Walnut Tree Apartments too, but just by chance, with movies after that. Everybody's got little savings because no one was planning to move in the middle of summer. So nobody moves in the middle of summer. You leave in the middle of summer and you wind up where you want to be in the middle of summer. You don't take off and start creating things that way unless you have a plan. So we all know that. I may have to live on the couch for a couple months, which I've done. Actually, I moved to Salem, and I did that with my brother, and I got out of there. It's pretty. I don't even remember leaving. I just left. But anyways, we didn't do anything wrong. Our community is being destroyed. Our housing is being terminated, and when families are evicted, they lose more than all. They lose their communities. They lose savings. They're a hope for the future, you know. So we're asking you, please take action to provide stability for renters, other renters, because we'll probably figure it out. But we're going to be in our apartment, my wife and I, and God bless her, until 90% of the people are out of there, and then we'll move. So that's the only guarantee that I have at our apartment. And I've heard nothing from the owners that would make any sense, or the management to try to make this into a better situation. It's just taking it really good at this point. I do appreciate your time, and I'm thankful to be here, and I respect each and one of you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris, for your testimony, and good luck with your next steps.
Hi everyone, Chair Kenny Geiger.